Did you know that CES happened this week? Look, I'm just reading Sammy's thing here. I take no responsibility for this. I didn't know because nothing eventful happened. Okay, that is actually legit.
This is why I kind of opted to not go. Sort of saw it coming.
This was the lowest energy CES that I think I have been to. Maybe the recovery year, the first year after COVID, because it was pretty slow. But there was at least tech that year. But like in terms of people, it was pretty slow.
I asked a lot of brands, like, look, level with me here. I'm not leaking anything. You know that. I've been around for a while.
Yeah.
Do you really have anything?
What's shaking?
No.
Not even bacon.
No. And there was a lot of people that were like, I can't say, but I'd be like, well, I'm considering like not going. I'm trying to figure out if I need to go. And they'd be like, yeah, okay.
For the first time ever, I don't know if you know this, I came back a day early.
I didn't until like half an hour before the show. Someone mentioned you got here Wednesday or whatever, and I was like, whoa.
No, I got here yesterday afternoon. I was in office yesterday. I was supposed to be flying back this morning. And I came back normal. I came back a full day early.
It's not even that normal for you to still be there on Friday.
Yeah.
Like doing the show from Vegas. We've done that.
No, not abnormal, he means.
Yes,
like that would be normal to be there all week.
Yeah.
But like we got some stuff done ahead of time. So MSI sent over that monitor with their 5th gen QD OLED panel. So we were able to talk about like hardness improvements and magenta, whatever. That was a sponsored video, full disclosure, but it was still cool new tech that was coming at CES. What was another one we did early? We did Dell's like 6K monitor early, also sponsored. And then once I got there, I got briefed on the new DLSS stuff like the night we arrived, which was on the weekend, which is still before the show. So I had all the information, but then of course, with any brand, and no offense to NVIDIA, but particularly NVIDIA, what I'll do is I'll write branching versions of the script.
Yeah.
One where everything they tell me is totally true, and one where there's a little bit of bullshit mixed in with it.
So you always go with the one on the left.
And this time, no.
Oh.
Dude, have you tried DLSS 4.5?
No.
We'll get to that in a second.
Okay.
First, so I got briefed on that. I think I wrote and shot the AMD coverage because we had a pre-briefing on that. And then Intel, I was able to do on the very first day of the show because I had that sponsored thing for MSI's laptops. They wanted to show off their Prestige laptop and their Stealth, and both of them contain Panther Lake. And I was like, okay, listen, guys, here's what we can do. I can do a dedicated sponsored LTT on these 2 laptops, and you can have 300,000 views. Or, hear me out, Panther Lake is kind of a big deal. I really want to talk about Panther Lake. You can be the vehicle through which I talk about Panther Lake. That will get probably closer to 1 million views. And by the time I start talking about your laptop, probably half of those people will have tuned out. That is still more than you will get.
That is still a W.
If I make the video just about your laptop. And they were super understanding about that. And we're basically like, okay, go ahead. So I pretty much got my entire Panther Lake coverage, which I had all the slides from the way better presentation that was like the architectural dive rather than the keynote. I didn't even see the keynote. I heard it was trash.
I've heard some very bad things.
And I'm actually super glad that I ended up taking that approach rather than I didn't even go to the keynote.
Keynotes are
so dumb.
Yeah.
Because there was actually a spontaneous post on the subreddit, like the LTT subreddit, that was just like, hey, thanks Linus for providing like a really balanced take on Panther Lake. And I was like, I didn't even really feel like I had a particularly...
Oh, it's because you didn't see the keynote.
It's because I didn't watch the keynote. So I literally just looked at the Panther Lake like architectural brief, and I looked at the lineup, and I looked at what they're claiming in terms of like GPU and efficiency improvements, and I was like, and then I was able to game on it at the MSI booth, and I was like, yo, this thing's sick.
What games do they have available?
I didn't ask for more than just Cyberpunk because I've seen it on so many different platforms that you get a feel. You get a feel for it. And I was able to feel enough that I was like, I am justified in being enthusiastic about this. That was all I needed to know, right? It's show coverage. It's not a full review.
At the event that we went to for Panther Lake a bit ago, they had a laptop there that you could game on, but they had one game. It was already loaded in. You couldn't open the settings.
Oh, I was allowed to.
You couldn't see the frame rate, and it was a unreleased game.
Okay.
So I gave feedback being just like, guys,
you got to be slightly more useful than this.
This meant actually nothing. Like,
yeah.
Please. And they seemed receptive, so that was cool.
Anyway, so by like day 2, I think it was it Tuesday or Wednesday? It was whatever was the day of the robot fight.
Yeah.
UFB 5. Here, hold on. Let me find out.
Where's that going up, by the way?
We're going to have a video, and then also I think they're going to have their own things. Okay, so January 6th. So by Tuesday, because that was Sunday, Monday.
You were like done?
By Tuesday, I had nothing booked for Tuesday morning.
Yeah.
So that's where, finally, coming all the way around to Sammy and his float plane announcements, Sammy pings me. He's like, yo, do you want to just go hang out on the show floor?
I really like doing these.
So yeah, Sammy and I hung out on the show floor. We went through the, was this the North Hall or the Central Hall? I forget which one it was, but we did one of the halls together. And it was cool. We found some cool stuff. I found some cool contacts. I found a company that makes like a really cool competitor to conformal coating. Okay. That's like you can rework. Whoa. You can apply it without masking. Right? So we're gonna hopefully collaborate with these guys. I found a company that does like flight sims, but like professional ones.
Oh.
But also a cut down educational version that's still like pretty legit, but doesn't have the motion controls and stuff. And they're down to collab on like a $10 versus $100,000 flight sim.
That's cool,
thing.
actually. That's
so
really
I'm
cool.
super excited about that.
That's awesome.
It was great. I actually got to attend the show floor as like a networking event for a day. And then I had the bot fight thing, which was something. It was quite the experience.
We've talked for a long time. I had a conversation with Emma about this morning. She was asking me about CES and like, why didn't I go?
Yeah.
And I gave this spiel of just like, I just knew there was nothing this year. Like it was in my bones. I knew there was nothing this year. I also tried to get suss out feelings from these different companies, and no one was really giving me anything. And usually you can kind of see in the eyes of somebody when you ask them like, is there really going to be anything? And you can see the competitive spirit a little bit when they're like, I can't tell you, but you can just see it. They're like, oh, I've got something.
Feel the energy. It's like when I guessed
Nobody
pricing.
had that. Yeah.
Like you can tell if you're close, you know?
Yeah. And I was just like, there just wasn't anything.
And Salmo asks, did you get anything good for the Tonight Show? I did. There was like gimmicky stuff that I think is gonna sell really well for like a TV audience.
Sure.
And there's like wow factor stuff, but it's not an LTT video. It's not something you should buy, you know?
So this was my next point.
Necessarily. Some of it's pretty cool.
This feels like an additional inflection point. Because we had the original, you and me working together, we walk into the little thing at NCX and there's a mountain of products and you just film, and then you're done. And then there was partway through, I don't necessarily know the exact year, but there was partway through when we started having discussions about like, we need to make the content now.
We need to become the news, I think is what I used to say.
Yeah, there isn't enough interesting automatic news. There isn't enough products coming out.
Yeah.
This feels like another dip in that. Where like your show floor walk where you're saying, oh, I networked and I found these interesting video ideas. Oh, we can make this video idea on this flight sim thing. That makes a ton of sense to me personally.
We can't just wait for it to come to us.
That's what we have to do now.
Yep.
Yeah,
and that's where the tech house. That's where the tech house comes in.
Emma brought up the tech house. Emma was like, the tech house makes a lot of sense now because you guys have to take an additional step forward to push even harder to make the news or whatever, however you want to define it.
Yeah, we will.
And it's not necessarily a doom and gloom time. It's just adapting with the times. And now we're in kind of a 2-year cadence almost. Where like, I bet you next CES will be decently interesting.
I think so. I think Computex is actually going to be pretty sick too.
Computex will probably be pretty good because next CES will be interesting.
I guess I just kind of like casually dropped that, by the way.
Yeah, we should talk about that.
I don't know.
It's up somewhere.
Yeah, I know. I just don't know how it works. I'm like boomer trying to navigate this. I'm going to guests. I don't understand tickets, request tickets, something posted on Instagram. I mean, it's got to be, okay, shows. Come on. Okay, The Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon. Okay, come on. Here we go. I think I got it. Here we go. Just need to bit it. But hey! I might meet Jason Momoa. That'd be pretty cool.
That's pretty sweet.
Okay, this is going to be embarrassing. I have to look up this guy.
Oh, I think he's SNL.
Comedian, writer, known for his work on Saturday Night Live. Okay, that's cool. Super cool. Okay. So yeah, Thursday, put it in your calendars. Thursday, January 15th. Going to be on The Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon. We've actually got a bunch of really cool stuff that's going to... It's more mainstream because, you know, we're talking to a very different audience from the LTT audience.
And you got to be able to kind of hold it. There's limitations.
Yeah, like I saw a really incredible chocolate 3D printer that it's like on demand. So it takes I think it only took about 30 seconds. No, it was more than 30 seconds. Sorry, it was about 2 minutes to like poop out a chocolate like about this big, like a chocolate 3D printer. And so you basically go, yeah, I want this one. I want it in this shape. And it prints it for you. And then it comes out and it's like ready to eat. And I was like, that'd be super cool. How on earth would we get it there?
Yeah,
but like
that could make a lot of sense. But if it was there, and that's difficult.
How fun would it be to start the segment being like, okay, Jimmy, pick what shape of chocolate you want. And he goes like, and then we get a little bit of footage of it starting.
Pick
and I go,
a
okay,
shape, and then try this piece of chocolate, and then give him the piece of chocolate in that shape or something.
While we wait for this to go, let me show you some other cool stuff.
Yeah.
Hey, feels like we've waited long enough for our chocolate. Is it done? It's done.
And then there's Chocolate Jimmy.
And then he eats it. Yeah. Exactly, right? Like that kind of thing. But just the logistics of getting something like that
on a relatively short time frame.
On a short time frame just seemed like they just weren't really going to happen.
Yeah. For sure.
So yeah, there was lots of stuff. We had lots of options. We actually gave them a menu that was like a dozen plus items long.
Cool.
And I think we've narrowed it down to about half a dozen now.
Did you guys do the like writer hunt again?
We actually had
or procurement hunt?
Yeah, who was it who was on that? We had someone who was basically dedicated for a couple of days to finding things for The Tonight Show.
That makes sense.
Which makes no financial sense because...
No.
Not because they didn't try, but I wasn't compensated in any way for the last appearance, and I doubt that I am this time because I'm Canadian, and so it's like harder for them to pay me or harder for me to accept the funds for some like tax or production reasons. I don't remember. It wasn't their fault. But it's like, it doesn't make any like money sense, but it's fun.
Yeah.
It's just fun. I
think it's neat.
It's like someone made an offhand comment to me about that UFB robot fight thing. They were like, "Oh, I assumed they just threw like a big bucket of money at you," and I was like, "No."
It just sounds fun.
If they did, I would have disclosed it, so you would have known. But also, I was just like, I don't know, fuck it, I'm gonna do a robot fight. Come on. I keep telling people.
Why wouldn't you?
Dude, I feel like I'm so easy to figure out. Like, I'm telling people. I'm in my zero fucks given phase in my career. So when I decide to just like realistically spend a lot of money to go and like, I don't know, be on TV and meet Jason Momoa because that sounds pretty cool. And also Fallon's super cool too, by the way, from the limited interactions I've had with him. We're not like BFFs. Or if I want to like be in a robot fight, I don't know, man. I'm just going to do it. I don't care anymore.
Yeah, sweet.
I don't care anymore. I'm just going to go for it.
Do you want to leave CES early because it's just kind of boring?
Yeah, then I might just do that too.
Yeah, whatever.